Hi everyone, I'm Tom and today I'm going to be showing you the Laserox wooden insert for Frosthaven. It comes inside this cardboard box that can be used for map tiles. They just sit loose in it. It comes with a beautifully thematic assembly book sealed with a sticker. It even came with some PVA glue. There are many wooden punch boards. There's a monster box and a monster tuck box variety. I've got the monster box. Frosthaven is an enormous box full of goodies, even bigger than Gloomhaven was. But unlike Gloomhaven, the Frosthaven base game insert does do a fair bit towards organising the game. But the game comes with dividers, visible places for all of your standees, your boxes, and a tray that actually does a great job of holding the various tiles that you'll place out. There is more that could be done though, especially for map tiles that just kind of sit loose in the box, and monsters who, while grouped into bags, just means you've got a great big sea of bags. So this is an incredibly sped up version of assembling it. You'll need a bit of a hobby mallet, and a lot of the pieces fit together so snugly that you might not even need any glue for some bits. I have perhaps gone overboard and put glue pretty much anywhere that would still allow things to work properly. It's a big build though, and sometimes the pieces need extra encouragement to go where they need to be. All in all, it took me just over 4 hours to build this. But let's have a look at it. So the monster box is a load of trays that kind of slot together with a handy lid. Each level of the monster box has got a load of slots for standees and their associated initiative tile. A lot of the slots have also got space for the cards, so it's all together in one place for speedier setup. And the standees that kind of share a deck of cards, they are together on the same tier. It looks great. It is speedy having it all together in one place. Only gripe would be, it would be nice to see on the outside which tier which thing is on, because as it is, you have to kind of take all the levels apart every time to find what you need. Tray for a lot of the large cards, the winter and summer outpost and road events. There are no dividers in the insert to divide up, your active and inactive events. I am using the ones that came with the Frosthaven game, which maybe is the intent. Also got space for the temporary modifier cards and the battle goals. Also with unsleeved cards, the holes in the bottom, particularly on the right hand side, their positioning and their size sometimes make the cards kind of fall at a little bit of an angle. It's not a huge issue, but it happens. Status token trays. A separate space for each type. Fairly easy to get your fingers in. Downside is that's 3 separate trays you've got to have space on the table for, but I do like it this way, and the trays do all stack up together with a lovely lid for storage. The map tile extravaganza. This is another multi-tiered tray system. All the trays slot together. Pretty much every section of the tray has got its own individual slot, so you can see exactly what you need at a glance. Lovely little perspex lid so you can see that top tray. So as with the monster tray, it would be nice to have a reference of which tokens are on which level of it, because again, you do have to just open it all out to find the one you need. Not a huge issue, but another little thing that could speed it up. Lovely design on the tray for the loot cards and the mystery location cards, and a slot for the mystery envelopes. Another tray for little cards. This time it's all the items, the challenges, the town guard modifier deck. Again, no dividers, but I am just using the ones that came with Frosthaven. This tray holds the modifier decks for allies and monsters. On top of those, the monster envelopes. On top of those, the monster stat cards. And there's also a little slot for coins, which aren't actually used in Frosthaven, but you could use coins instead of the cardboard loot tokens if you want, if you've gone for fancy metal Gloomhaven coins and you want to use them. Tray that fits all the mini boxes. Lovely. Boss's tray has got a nice hinged lid, a little slot for the boss stat cards, and inside that tray you would put all of the boss standees. I'm not showing you them though. Damage token tray, slots for all the damage types, lovely lid for storage, tray for the stands, 4 player trays with lovely little hinged lids. There's space for your ability cards. Tiny section at the top for your tiny tokens and your initiative token. Don't like that bit so much. Hard to get to with the lid I've found. I just put them in another bit. Big section at the top is for all of your extra tokens. Blinkblade here doesn't really have many. That's who I'm playing with, so that's the example. And then section for your modifier deck and all of your extra small cards. Health dial goes on top. Character sheets and boards on top of that. Putting it all back in the box. Character boxes all fit in. Sides showing their icon, big monster box. Card tray's got a little cutout in it to allow for that one box. There's a few little strange things for space purposes, presumably. The player trays slot together with notches, and this item tray has also got notches in the bottom so that they kind of lock together-ish. Your damage tokens, your monster cards, the overlay tray, the minis, the damage tokens slot to the side of those, loot cards and envelopes, the bosses, the stands, and then we've got our little books in the element board, scenario books and rulebook, the map board, the great big secret things, and that's Frosthaven organised. Now the map tiles. You saw the box at the very beginning of the video that had all of the punch boards in it. You can use that for the map tiles. It is just a box. So they're not floating around in your main Frosthaven box anymore, but they are just floating around in another box. So you've got to dig through them to find what you need. Not a great solution on the map tiles, but for everything else, there's a few little kind of quirks of where things are. Now, having to get the trays all out for the monsters and the overlay tiles to see which level's got the things you need on it. The little section at the top of the player trays for your mini tokens, I think is hard to get to. But aside from those minor things and the kind of basic wooden insert things, they are more expensive. They are heavy. They're making an already very big heavy thing heavier. But I think having all of your monster things together, each level for the monsters and for those overlay tiles, they're all in their separate sections, all very visible. So even with me little complaint that, oh, I've got to get them all out, even if you do, every bit is in its own individual space, so you can see it all at a glance and grab it quickly. Lovely etched designs on some of the boxes as well. As I said at the start, the insert that does come with Frosthaven goes some way towards speeding up the setup. But I think particularly the monster box, also the overlay box 2, are kind of the most significant speed ups in this insert. It's what I'll be using to organise Frosthaven from now on, albeit with a bit of a different solution for the map tiles. Check out my other Frosthaven insert video if you'd like to know about that. The tuck box option also looks pretty cool for storing the monsters, but also if you didn't happen to be a fan of the other things for whatever reason, the monster box stroke tuck box section is just available on its own. Or you can go the whole hog and get this glorious wooden menagerie for a game you're probably going to be spending a lot of time with. Menagerie? That wasn't the right thing. Maybe it's exactly what I meant though. Of course, I've had the luxury of being sent both this and the folded space insert to be able to tell you about them, really. You know better than anyone what you need. Let your conscience be your guide and all of that. If you'd like to see more, done loads of insert videos. Hey, there's some more on Frosthaven as well. We unboxed it. We have done a playthrough. There may even be a second playthrough up at this point. And there are 700 and something other playthroughs on the channel also. Hopefully you'll be able to find something else you like. Thank you so much for being with me though, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye everyone.